What is going on, comic book familia? This is Efren, Passpoint Comics, and I have a brand new episode of What Have I Bought Recently. They're not comic books, but they are comic book related. One of the most important things for me is when I go to comic book conventions and I bring comic books either to get them signed, to get them graded, or maybe I ask for an artist to do a drawing on the front cover. But my main concern is when I'm going to the Comic-Con, I usually keep my books in my backpack, and I'm always worried that I'm gonna bend the books, I'm gonna curve them because I have them on my back, or if I put them down, I might get spine ticks or I might get a crease on a comic book. Now I know there are cases you can buy to put your comic books in while you go to a con. But even though I have some of those, some of them are very soft plastic, and it almost comes the same problem. You can feel that if you push in too hard or something happens to your backpack, it will affect the comic books either in your backpack or if they're in a plastic container, the same scenario. So I was on Amazon and I was looking for comic book supplies, cases for comic books. And it took me to this particular site and it came up with these two cases. I took a look at the site and I decided to buy them. Let me show them to you really quick here, what they look like. Okay, so this is Brand Grail Supply Company. It's a comic book travel storage. It's a 2-pack portable case for modern and Silver Age comics. Fits comic top loaders, includes magnetic divider, ideal for conventions and local halls. Here is the site on Amazon on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, here are the dimensions of the box. It's 11 by 4, 8 by 5, and 3.5. This second picture, it shows you what you can fit inside each case. It says it could fit up to 13 top loaders, all comics up to 20 bagged comics with dual divider support, and it could be a hybrid. It can fit 10 comics and 6 top loaders with a single divider support. One of the most important things for me when you buy an item, because I do sell comic books on Instagram or eBay, and to me, one of the most important things is how I package a comic book. I want to make sure it's nice and supported the comic book so nothing happens to it when it's mailed off. This, I must say, came excellently packed. It came in 2 boxes. Here's the first box. This is the outside of the box. And it came in a secondary box also that says Beyond Storage. So right there from the start, anytime I get an item, whether, like I said, that I'm buying, when it comes packed in 2 boxes, that's a very good starting point. So let me show you the actual case here. Bear with me for a second. Here we go. It's a little bit better. So let me show you the actual case. Here's the first one. Now this one, it's empty inside, but I just want to show you how it is. Here's the front of it. And it says it's magnetized, the top part of it, and it is. You can hear it when I put it back together. You can hear the click. See, this is empty. This will not fall out like that, okay? So, and inside the box, you can see it right here. Here's the divider. So if you want to divide your comic books, either the top loaders or the comic books, it comes with a divider. I myself, like I said, I don't like using dividers, but it's there if you need it. But I would use it if I had top loaders and regular size comic books in there. So it divides the 2 of them. But like I said, if you don't feel like it, you don't have to put them in there. Okay, so that's the case without any books. Now it comes with a 2-pack, and here is the second one, which has comic books and dividers in there. It is quite heavy if you do put comic books and dividers in there if you have it full. So just letting you know, when you're at a Comic-Con, it is quite heavy, but it also is very, very sturdy. So let me take out the case. As you can see, I have comic books and dividers in there. like I said, or if I didn't say previously, I did put more than 20. I did put 24 comic books in there. Since it fits up to 20, I myself, my own personal use, I did put more than 20 in there, and it was perfectly fine. They weren't. I didn't stuff it overboard. Just crunch them all together. To me, it fit at least 24 regular size comic books. And you can put, like I said, it says it fits up to a certain amount of top loaders. Unfortunately, I don't have that many top loaders, but I did put 2 of them in there right here, and it fit, let me show you here, perfectly inside the box. Now, one thing, I had a slightly bigger top loader, just by not even more than an inch, but it didn't fit inside the box. It was just too wide. One added bonus that I found out is I do have some bigger size comic books. And this comic book is basically the same size as one of the top loaders. You can see right here, they're basically the same size. And it fit perfectly inside the box. So if you have larger comic books, they will fit into this box. And I'm gonna put it back inside. I'm gonna put the cover back on top, and you can hear it, the magnet click on after I put it on here. So it's magnetized, okay? So this is a great item to have, in my opinion. If you go to any Comic-Con, or if you go to an LCS and you want to take some books in with you, it keeps them nice and secure. Let me show you the on Instagram. Here's the direct link. I'm sorry, on Amazon, here's the direct link if you want to see it right here. It is rather large link. But you can also just go to Amazon and look up comic book travel storage. Once again, if I didn't say previously, here is the pricing that's right now. And it changes sometime in the future, but if you buy it right now, here's the price for it. To me, it's a very, very fair price that you get 2 of these. Remember, not just 1, but 2 of these cases. Well, I hope you like this video. Like I said, this is slightly different. What have I bought now? It is comic book related. They're not comic books, but you need a good supply case when you go traveling with your comic books. And this certainly is it. Once again, this is Efren, Passpoint Comics. If you like what you see, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Like I always say, go out and buy a comic book and read it. Until next time, everybody, be safe and take care.